What would change in your life if $1,000 showed up in your bank account every single month and you didn't have to do anything to earn it? No alarm clock, no boss, no trading your time for it. It just arrived. Most people hear that and think, that's a dream. That's for rich people. That's not for someone like me. But here's what nobody tells you. $1,000 a month in passive income isn't just a financial milestone. It's the exact moment your entire relationship with money, work, and freedom permanently changes. And the math to get there is a lot closer than you think. This is Wealth Flip, and I spend way too much time studying the psychology of money and why some people escape the trading time for money trap while most people never do. If that's something you want to understand, hit subscribe. And stick around, because what I'm about to show you will change how you think about this forever. First, let's talk about what $1,000 a month actually means, because most people massively underestimate it. $1,000 a month is $12,000 a year. That's your car payment, gone. That's your groceries for a year, covered. That's a round-trip flight somewhere every single month. But here's the part that most people completely miss. It's not about the money. It's about what the money represents. When you have $1,000 coming in every month that you didn't have to work for, something shifts in your brain. You stop thinking like an employee and you start thinking like an owner. And that shift, that single mental switch, is worth more than the $1,000 itself. But before I show you how to get there, I need to explain why most people never even try. And it's not because they're lazy. It's because they've been taught a completely broken model of how money works. Think about how you were taught to make money. Go to school, get a job, trade your hours for a paycheck, repeat for 40 years, then maybe, if you're lucky, retire. That model has one catastrophic flaw. Your income is directly tied to your time, and you only have 24 hours in a day. So no matter how hard you work, no matter how many promotions you get, there's a hard ceiling on how much you can earn. You hit it the moment you run out of hours. Passive income breaks that ceiling entirely. Instead of selling your time, you're deploying assets that work while you sleep, while you're at dinner, while you're on vacation. And here's where it gets interesting. Because $1,000 a month is the exact threshold where this starts to become real. Below $1,000 a month passive income, it still feels like a side project, something extra. Nice, but not life-changing. But the moment you cross that $1,000 mark, everything changes. Here's why. $1,000 a month is enough to cover a real expense. Not a latte, not a Netflix subscription. A real, meaningful monthly bill. And the second your passive income covers a real expense, your brain recategorizes it. It stops being a bonus and starts being infrastructure. It becomes part of your financial foundation. Now, let's talk about how you actually get there. Because there were three main paths, and most people pick the slowest one by accident. Path 1, dividend investing. To generate $1,000 a month from dividends at a 4% yield, you need roughly $300,000 invested. That sounds like a lot, but here's the thing. You don't need to start there. You need to start building toward it. Path 2, real estate. A single rental property in the right market can generate $500 to $1,500 a month in cash flow after expenses. 2 properties and you're there. This requires capital up front, but it builds equity at the same time. Path 3, digital income. Content, courses, products, affiliate income. This path requires the least money up front and the most time up front, but once it's built, it runs without you. Now, here's the part that will probably surprise you. The fastest path to $1,000 a month passive isn't picking the right one. It's understanding how to stack them.
What this actually looks like in practice. Say you're starting from zero. You've got a job, you're saving money, and you want to build passive income. Most people try to do everything at once and burn out. The smarter move is to think in phases. Phase 1, get to $100 a month passive. This could be a dividend portfolio of $25,000, a high-yield savings account, a small digital product, something, anything. The goal isn't the money. It's proving to yourself that passive income is real, that it's yours, that it works. Because here's what happens psychologically when you see that first $100 hit your account from something you built and not something you worked for. It rewires you. Suddenly, you're not just saving money, you're building something. And that feeling is addictive in the best possible way. Phase 2, scale to $500 a month. Double down on whatever worked. Reinvest your dividends, save up for a second income stream, add a new digital asset. At $500 a month, you now have walking away money in a different form. Not a lump sum, a monthly check that shows up whether you work that month or not. Phase 3, cross the $1,000 threshold. This is the milestone that changes everything. And here's the beautiful thing about compound income. Just like compound interest, your passive income accelerates once it starts building on itself. Your dividends buy more shares. Your rental equity funds the next property. Your digital content brings in new customers on autopilot. The engine starts running itself. The math proof. Let me make this concrete with real numbers. If you invest $1,000 a month into a broad index fund earning 8% annually, you'll have roughly $75,000 after 5 years. At a 4% withdrawal rate, that's $250 a month in passive income. Not life-changing, but not nothing either. Keep going for 10 years, and you've got $185,000. That's $615 a month. You're almost there. At 12 years, you've crossed $1,000 a month. The threshold, the milestone, the moment everything changes. Now, here's where it gets really interesting. At that point, your portfolio is generating $1,000 a month that you can either live on or reinvest. If you reinvest it, you're now contributing $2,000 a month to your wealth instead of $1,000. Your timeline to the next milestone cuts nearly in half. This is what wealthy people mean when they say money makes money. It's not a secret club. It's just math. And math that works harder the longer you let it run.
But here's the thing I want you to really sit with. The most important change that happens when you hit $1,000 a month passive income isn't financial. It's who you become. You become someone who owns things instead of just working for things. You start making decisions from a completely different place, not from fear, not from desperation, but from options. You stop asking, can I afford to take a month off? Because the answer is already yes. You stop taking jobs because you need the money and start taking them because you want to. You stop feeling trapped and start feeling free. And that freedom changes every single decision you make going forward. The career risks you'll take, the business ideas you'll pursue, the opportunities you'll say yes to. All of it expands the moment your survival is no longer dependent on your next paycheck. Now, here's where most people mess this up, and I see it constantly. They build their first $200 or $300 a month in passive income, feel great about it, and immediately spend it. Every month, instead of reinvesting it to build toward 1,000. That's like planting a tree, then cutting it down every time it starts to grow so you can use the wood. You'll never have shade. The discipline isn't in building the income stream. The discipline is in leaving it alone long enough to compound into something that actually changes your life. $300 a month reinvested for 5 years becomes part of the engine that generates $1,000 a month. Spent every month, it buys you a nice dinner and nothing else.
$1,000 a month in passive income won't make you rich overnight, but it will do something more important than that. It will make you free. Free from the alarm clock, free from the bad boss, free from the anxiety of living paycheck to paycheck, free to take risks, make moves, and build the life you actually want instead of the one you settled for. The question isn't whether it's possible. The math proves it is. The question is whether you're willing to start today, even if today just means learning the difference between passive income and real passive income, and taking the first step. Your future self is already living that life. The only variable is how soon you start building it. If this changed how you think about money, hit the like button. It helps more people find this. And subscribe, because next week we're talking about the exact moment you should stop saving and start investing instead. You don't want to miss that one.